Hello guys, so today I'm going to show you how to take any Blender 3D model and stick it into Minecraft. So the very first thing you're going to need is two softwares. You're going to need Blender, and if you don't have it, just go to blender.org and download the latest one. I'm going to use 2.79, 2.8 is perfectly compatible. It's just a little bit different layout. And the next thing you're going to need is Python. If you don't have Python installed, go to python.org. Go to downloads and download the latest one. I'm going to use 3.72, but 3.82 will work perfectly fine. And with that out of the way, open up Blender. And I have this cute little moose object, courtesy of Thingiverse. Thanks, Thingiverse. And we are going to put this into Minecraft. So the first thing you need is to add a modifier. And we're going to add the remesh modifier, one of my favorite things. And make sure that mode is set to blocks. And that is going to set it to our Minecraft style. So let's just increase this resolution so we like it. That looks pretty good. And yep, apply that. Alright, the next thing you're going to need is go into side view and make sure you're in orthographic view by pressing 5. And let's go into edit mode and select one of these vertices. So we're going to want this on the exact 0 on the z-axis, and make sure it's set to global, by the way. So we're going to copy this, get out of edit mode, press G, Z, negative, and Control V to paste. And that will move it down. And then we're going to set origin to 3D cursor. And if your 3D cursor is somewhere else in the world, just press Shift S, cursor to center, and then origin to center. Or origin to 3D cursor, I'm sorry. So ooh, wow, my mouse is really sensitive today. Alright, so now we have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, blah, blah, blah. So that's good. Next step is to get this very first vertex, we want it at 0.1. So we're going to, again, copy this Z component, open up a calculator. I'm going to use Cortana because they're really nice. And let's copy that, scale it, Control V, and that's perfect, right? 0.1. 0. Oh, okay, what happened? We are apparently 0.0001 off. So we're just going to grab it and type in 0.12341. Alright, we should go back in. Alright, let's just do this again. G, Z, negative, Control V. There we go. Alright. This is still 1, 0, 2, still 3. Alright. Sweet. So the next thing, you need to export it as an OBJ, and I'm going to do this to my desktop. And I'm going to call it moose.obj. Just wait for that to load, and you can close Blender now. We are done with Blender. Alright, cool. So now we're going to create a Python script, and I'm going to call this obj to Minecraft, or MC. And make sure that has a py extension. If you don't have the extensions, you can't see them, open up File Explorer, go to View, and make sure File Name Extensions is checked. Cool, so now we will edit this. Edit with whatever IDE you use. I'm going to use idle. And we're going to import time, very first thing. This isn't mandatory, but who doesn't like to brag about how fast their programs are? So we're going to need file path. We're going to need two inputs, file path for where the OBJ is, and then we're going to need a block type. So I'm just going to do stone for this, but you can do any block you want. So we'll do what block type will you... Okay. And the next thing we're going to need is a file to open. So this will be the OBJ at file path, and then in mode R, because we're not going to edit that, we're just going to read it. And then we're going to need a start. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do this in the if statement. I'll explain it in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do if file equals none. So if there is no file found, then we're just going to print that out. Okay, and then we're going to close the file, and then we're going to end the user or the program with user input. So actually, let's do press any key to continue. Okay. Then otherwise, we're going to print out loading to file. And then we're going to do 3 variables. So this is where start time is going to go, because now it's going to start after all input and everything is successfully started. And then we're going to need a function or a file to write the function to, and this is going to be open. Let's do how about obj.mc function. So that is the extension you're going to need, and we're going to open it in write or add mode. So it will try to write to a file. It'll overwrite any data on there with the W, and the plus if it can't find a file by the name of obj.mc function, then it will add one. And then the final thing we're going to need is a list to contain all our command data, and that's it. So then we're going to loop through the file, and we're going to create a line. So we're going to do f.split by the space command, character. And if you open up the OBJ in a text format, you will see that the V is vertex data, so it's 3D positions X, Y, and Z, and it is separated by space. So we're going to get this line, and the next line, and so on for infinity, until we get into the file, as an array, with the first value being V, the next value being this is a string form, and the Y is string form, and so on and so forth. So, first of all, in order to get only the vertex data, we're going to test for that very first value and test if it's a vertex. So you can do faces, this will be F, but we don't want faces, we want positions for Minecraft. So we're going to be using the setBlock command, and the way that works is it takes an integer, no decimals, and it will set that block relative to the player. So we want the integer version of the float version of the string line bracket 1, which is the X position, and multiplied by 10, because remember, if we scaled that bad boy up to 0.1 cubes instead of just 1. So we're going to take care of that scaling now. So just copy this. I'm just going to type it because I forgot to copy it, but you know what, whatever. And we will do this command. So we're going to output this to a function, and in functions you don't, or at least Minecraft functions, you don't do the slashes. So what we're doing here is outputting this text, and the format will replace each of these brackets with a variable. So we're going to pass in X for the first set of brackets, Y for the second, Z for the third, and block type for the fourth. And that is how the setBlock command works. So then we're just going to append this command to the lines array, and that will let us do another handy dandy little function called writeLines, and this basically takes all the values in the array and writes them to the file. Alright, so next we're just going to close all the files that we have open. We don't need them anymore, and you are done. But I'm just going to print out some handy little outputs, because why not, right? So then we'll do successfully let's do loaded file, and then we're going to print out a number of commands. Let's do outputted in a number of seconds. And then we're just going to copy that input from up here and put it down. Alright, so we're going to do that format again to replace those brackets, and we'll do the length of the lines array for the commands, and then we're going to do a variable called elapsed time, and we will set that up here. So we want this to not be a type of double. We don't want 16 digits, or maybe it's 8 digits. It might be float. It's float. We don't want 8 digits, we just want 2. So we're going to use the round function that's built in, and we will use the current time minus the start time of the program, and round that to 2 digits. Alright, so that is it. You are done. So we're just going to open this up and type in that file path because it's on the same directory. And then we will use, let's use stone. So we have, see here, 21,000, about 600 commands written to the file. Oh, okay. I accidentally forgot one thing. Make sure you have a /n at the end of this because it was critical to the MC function. It will not run if you don't have every command on a new line. So let's just redo that real quick and lose stone. Okay, perfect. That is exactly what I want. So the next thing you're going to need to do is open up Minecraft. Let's not do Forge. And then while that's loading, go into AppData, open up your .minecraft file, go into saves, and I'm going to do this in my world called Expanse. And we will, not data, data packs. Alright, so your data packs for this world will most likely be empty unless you've done this before. So just create any kind of folder, it can be any name. I'll just do this for the test purposes. So we'll do function. And the next thing you're going to need is a pack.mcmeta. I'm using 1.15.2, so, excuse me, my pack format is 5. It will be lower for previous versions and higher for future versions. So let's just copy these two folders, get back out, put it into paste, into test, and open up that data file. This data file needs to be named data. Do not change that. Alright, then this folder can be named anything you want. I just named it data pack because it helps. Then you go in, you can name this folder, actually this one needs to be functions. And you can open that up. So these are already two things I have made before this video. So to test, and we will put that function into here. Open up the world. Wait for Minecraft to load. And you can see this is a very powerful program. So that is something I had. It goes too high, it only has, half the guy. Alright, so we will execute the function and we will do obj, right? Wait for it to load. And there it goes. Here we go. We got our moose. It is loading. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. Have fun making awesome creations, and see you later.